Good morning. Good morning, friends. How's everybody this morning? Grace kicked us off. Every time I watch her in her journal, I I'm like, why don't I do that more? Why don't I do that more often? It always looks so much fun. If you missed Grace, definitely go back and watch her in the Crafty Bunch and stick around until 6 o'clock tonight, because that's how long we're going to be going today. Okay, I got myself shared out there just a little bit. It's Christ in Crafting, first Sunday of the month, every month, and it's one of my favorite events. Um, it's a little bit vulnerable and sometimes it's a little bit uncomfortable, but that's a good thing. I think it stretches us to do that. Today, for my craft, I am going to be working on some Christmas items that I started 2 years ago. I'll show you here in a second once we get going. But I'm going to start off, as always, with some thoughts on the subject today, which is peace that remains. Thank you, Leesa. Leesa is our hostess every month. She put this together. Oh my gosh, I don't know how long ago. Be curious. Be curious. It seems like we've been doing it for a while. I would say it's close to a year, maybe a few months out from a year. So I think everybody has enjoyed it. Everybody loves it. We always get great feedback from you guys as well. So I don't see it ending anytime soon. Thank goodness, right? So today, Peace That Remains is the topic that Leesa has given us to talk about and to meditate on and pray about. She gives us this topic enough in advance that we can be thinking about it. And that's nice, because we definitely want the Holy Spirit to guide us in what we say when we do this. Hey, Grace, I loved your spread. It's gorgeous, as always. I was just saying how much hi, Phil the Travel. Hi, Stores Abandoned, my YouTubers. Thanks, guys. Thanks for hopping on. I always say, Grace, that every month I'm like, why don't I do my journal more often? Hey, Dana, thanks for coming in. Thank you guys so much for joining. If If anybody isn't following any of our crafty friends, there should be a blue follow button next to their business name. Just tick that, and that helps us kind of share the love, share each other. Oh, there's somebody on YouTube that says my name is Grace. Well, that's a good name. That's a good name. If you are, let me do. Oh, for crying out loud. Leesa Kid, I think that I don't know why lately, but there is a lot of, I don't know if YouTube is kind of pushing me, but there's a lot of stuff that comes up now all of a sudden, and some of it isn't always what we want to see. So, okay. So it seems like lately, every time I go live, I have to go through and block and do this. Hey, Nicole. Hey, Pam. So Leesa Kid, I accidentally deleted your comment because it was flipping. It was scrolling while I was trying to do this. Yeah, we gotta take care of that. And I hate to just do it to everybody, but it seems like, everybody starts off nice and then it turns on us. So, yeah, I'll give that a minute. to get out of here, weed that out. I hope, Lisa, that you are still listening, because I didn't do the, you can sometimes delete and ban user. I didn't do that. I just deleted the comment. Oh gosh. Maybe I feel like maybe I should just stop going live on YouTube. Okay. All right, let's get back at it. Let's get back into it. Sorry guys. I'm sorry guys. So Peace That Remains. Today I'm just going to be like 100% transparent and real, because I was writing in my journal today. Let me find it. And I'm just going to kind of talk about my experience. Thanks, Lisa. Yeah, thanks for the encouragement, because, yeah, it is sad. It is sad. Hey, Callie. So the last couple of weeks, I've kind of been in a funk, like a period of discouragement, and so this morning, oh, thank you. No, absolutely not, Lisa. Absolutely not. I was really worried that somehow it booted you off. And no, I want you here. I want you here every time, of course. But yeah, the last couple of weeks, and even some of my good friends from online here reached out to me to ask me how I was doing or if something was wrong. And I appreciate that so much. But this morning I was praying, and if I'm 100% honest, a lot of times during those periods I have of discouragement, I don't take the time to pray as much as I should in order to get back to being myself again, So I'm just going to read what I wrote in my journal. I just wrote, I have been in a funk for weeks. I prayed this morning, took more than a passing thought amount of time for the first time in a long time. Meaning, a lot of times, you're listening to Christian music and you're praising. Like a lot of times I am praising God, or I see something, or I think of a person, and I might say a quick prayer for them or anything, but to really take the time to slow down and sit and spend time with God. I hadn't done that in a while, and this morning I did. And I said, I am so thankful that I am so truly loved. I used to always think it had to be where I had to feel it. And that is truly an amazing thing, and a thing that is certainly always there. I'm finding that now it is my knowledge of that everlasting love paired with my ability to recollect that feeling that sustains me during the times of discouragement. And it feels like a positive step in my maturity as a Christian. Meaning that I was always like chasing that feeling that we have when we feel the Holy Spirit, when we feel Jesus right there with us, and that doesn't always happen during prayer. Hey, Celeste. Hey, Jane. And I would years ago, I would be discouraged, or I would think, if I'm not feeling that, I'm not doing something right. Well, now I have grown to the point where my knowledge sustains me. So this morning, it happened like that too. I feel like I took the time, and Jesus showed me where this, or why this funk that I have been in for the last several weeks happened. And I was telling him that my heart feels so guarded. My heart feels disconnected. And I was praying the verse to remove this heart of stone and give me a heart of flesh. And what I realized is that some weeks ago, my feelings were hurt, and that made my heart guarded. And what God showed me today is that when Jesus showed me that hardening of my heart and avoiding the situation that initially hurt my feelings, it hardens my heart to him and to everything that's good around me too. So peace that remains, I was reading through, and one of my favorite, of course, this time of year too, I wanted to read from Isaiah, where it says, "For to us a child is born, to us a son is given, and the government shall be on his shoulders, and he will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace." I think that's something I think of when I think of the peace that remains. And this morning, when I took the time to really spend time, I realized it is there. That peace is there. Here I had been in turmoil for a couple of weeks, and the peace is there for you, you know? And in John, let's see, yeah, in John 14:27, where he says, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not be afraid." So, and also one of my favorite verses is in Hebrews 4:16. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Because I think I've told you guys many times that I feel like I am a newer Christian as far as the level of intimacy and relationship that I have with Jesus now compared to years ago. I feel like I've always been a believer, but things have changed in my relationship with God. Let me find this verse, because this verse really helped me. 4:16, where it says, "Let us approach the throne of grace with confidence, so that we may receive mercy and find grace to help us in our time of need." And the years before, hey Sarah, hey, I'm glad you're here. The years before, where I didn't have the relationship that I have now, I didn't approach the throne of grace with confidence. I felt like I had to be pure before I approached, not understand or had to earn the right to approach with confidence, not understanding that that's where I get it. So that gives me peace, knowing that I can approach with confidence. God knows me. He knows everything that's going on. There's no hiding, right? So, and the fact that he's the same every day, same as he was yesterday and every day. So, today's topic being peace that remains, and just that you all you have to do is ask for it. All you have to do is ask for it. All you have to do is there's no hiding. And I say my heart was feeling so disconnected, and that's certainly not like me. I've always had a very soft heart, and that's not a weakness. I thought it was for a long time. I'm gonna go ahead and switch my cameras. Let's do this. Get this over here. And so I don't want my heart to be hard. I don't want my heart hardened. And he just having him show me, where I needed to where I needed to put my attention, and so quickly too. So as I said at the beginning, these ornaments and stuff, like, isn't that cute? I don't know if you can see the picture. Oh, I need to turn this, don't I? These ornaments are things that I started, I would say, 2 years ago. So it's all of these like little bubble ornaments that I decoupaged or put transfers in. And I never finished them. So they're not on my tree. They haven't been on my tree, and I want them on there. So I thought I'd work on these today, if you guys don't mind. Okay, I'm going to switch this. Exactly, Celeste. Yes, yes. And yep. Yes, Jane. So yeah, this morning, and I think I find that praying scripture, just when I say that it happened quickly, what I mean is I was reading the Bible, I was, doing some meditating, and then when I really like opened myself up, I mean, like that I understood. Like that I understood what had been bothering me, why I had been in a funk, why I had disassociated myself from all of my friends. And you just, it's just amazing. He never ceases to amaze me, you know. And what I said about my level of maturity as a Christian, like I don't have to have that high, that you get where you just have that overwhelming, overflowing head to toe Holy Spirit movement. I don't have to have that every time, because I know that I'm His, if that makes sense. Okay, you guys, I am going to start by painting these things that I didn't finish painting. Like I was trying to figure out whether or not I liked the decoupage on the back or on the front. So I tried it a couple of different ways. And like you can see, the squares didn't come all the way to the edge, hence the molds. But I thought I might try a few different things, This being 2 years old, I got some more tricks up my sleeve than I used to have. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. I love this event. You guys are always so encouraging to me. In my awkwardness and my, I have such a hard time, I feel like, speaking and conveying, and it always makes me think of, who God will use and how He will use us. And you don't have to have it all together and be perfect and know it, know all the things. Okay, so I'm gonna just paint these molds around here, and these are out of clay. I'm 90% sure, if I remember correctly. And I love the little IOD frames as ornaments. Aren't they cute? Let's see, this one doesn't have anything on the back, but this one does. Hey, Jeanette. Hey, girl, thanks for hopping on. I hope everybody is enjoying their day and, kind of embracing the season. I know it can get hectic, and, maybe you're feeling the pressure. Me and my mom had a conversation just last night about, feeling maybe some pressure to perform a certain way or whatever with, either if you're bringing a hostess gift, or you're baking, or you're going to a potluck, you want your meals or your you know, things to be perfect and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, you know, I just don't worry about it as much anymore. Once you let go of all of that, you can just have an honest relationship with people, you know, and not worry about whether or not your stuff is the best or as good as somebody else's or, you know, whatever. It's certainly not about all of that. Gotta let it go. Aren't these cute? Do you remember these little bubble ornament things? I got these from Decoupage Queen's site, but I want to say that she wasn't able to get them after this year that I bought these. I don't know for sure though. I haven't looked. And I'm not a retailer anymore. But let me show you. Here. And they might have something like this on Amazon, you know. And they're so versatile, but this is how they come. Just like that. And they just go together. Oh, I've got two tops. I think. If I remember right, you don't. No, you do have to have. You do have to have yeah, like that. And that's how they go together. Isn't that nice? Like, such a fun craft. So you can do anything like these. Let's see. Some of these have, this one has like diamond dust inside. Just because I glued it, and you know how that happens. But these are a cute little ornament thing. Something maybe a little different. I accidentally put my paintbrush in the brown, so let's go ahead in here on this acorn. So does everybody have like their trees up and stuff like that? I'm curious because as I started out telling y'all, I've been in a funk. I was wanting to have all that up and everything before I'm going to Tennessee this week. I wanted it all done before, but it isn't. So it'll get done when I get back. Can't have fun. Yes. Yes, exactly, Celeste. Exactly. That's what, yeah. I'm just at this place in my life where I just show up honestly. You know what I mean? Instead of, I don't know if that's the right word, but instead of worrying about certain things. Anywho, last year I really got into decorating for Christmas. I put lights up all around the windows, did stuff that I hadn't done in years. I don't know that that'll happen this year since it's already the 7th. I haven't taken down my fall yet. Okay. Instead of rinsing my brush, I'm just going to kind of embrace the brown and green mixture. And it'll just be, one more color of green here. I don't think that it has to be, I don't think this has to be perfect either. Tommy sent me a link to where Journey is going to be here. Oh, it's sometime next year. I don't remember exactly when. But I was like, how fun. That is one of the first concerts I went to back when concerts didn't cost, you didn't have to mortgage your house. And that was a concert I snuck backstage at as a teenager. Yep, I sure did. Snuck backstage and I got 2 autographs, and they were like, "How old are you?" Rightfully so. Oh. Oh, Jane. That's such a great example of, of the peace that we can find, and knowing that our loved ones are, you know, are already there, already home. It's it's an interesting connection. I think the people that you share that kind of faith with and that kind of confidence in Christ, it's a really great relationship and a great feeling. For me, when I wanted my relationship to change, I wanted my life to change. I know people whose faith I always admired and envied, even, and I was just like, I don't know if you guys feel it or think it, but as a person that wasn't raised in church and stuff like that, you can see it. You can see people that have that inner peace and that inner joy and that unshakableness to them, you know, and it's a confidence even, um, and I was tired of not having it. I was tired of not having that foundation, and that's what sent me to asking questions and to saying, I just gotta bear it all and stop hiding. And nobody threw rocks at me. Nobody spit in my face. Nobody, um, everybody embraced me and showed me. But that initial step is a hard one sometimes, I think. Hey, Linda. Oh, you were. Um, I want to say it's at our big at Intrust, Kim, but I'm not positive. And I don't particularly care for that venue. It's our huge venue here, and it's like in the middle of downtown, which is silly. So, you either are going to be walking a long way or paying a lot for parking. And I have sat up in their third tier before, and it's not comfortable. So I like to get decent seats. You running errands? That's important stuff. Gotta do it. So after I get this kind of flat base color on these things, I will do some things to show off the detail. Oh, I know what I was going to say. I was, the people that I went to and talked to, and, they encouraged me to go to a retreat, and then I did. And I was just, you guys may have heard me say this before, but I didn't want to leave. I was so afraid to leave the retreat and the friends that I had made there in the short 3 days. And um, I was telling the people in my little breakout session group that, and one of the guys had said, blood is thicker than water, but he was saying the blood of Christ is thicker than the water of the womb, meaning the relationships that you've had that don't sustain your faith. It's okay to feel. It's okay to feel like you want to continue to be around people of faith. You want to continue to be around people that understand that level of love and commitment and worship. And I don't know if I had never heard that before, but it helped me to not feel as afraid. Aw, he sure did. Oh, and 92. Oh, Martha. Martha. Yes, I agree. That's what I started out saying today, was that I had been in such a funk and so cranky and so feeling so disconnected. That was, I read from my journal from this morning today, and I was praying that verse about, remove this heart of stone and give me a heart of flesh, because that's how I was feeling. That's how disconnected I was feeling. And yeah, I feel like it was pretty much immediate that he showed me, opened my heart, did exactly that. And, I have to take responsibility for my part in the situation that I was in. You know what I mean? It's not, it was all made very clear to me, the pattern that I was, going back into. I'm so glad you guys are here with me today. You guys know that you can refresh your page, and Lydia is on after me with Lidia-Brigette Studio. Oh my gosh, I hope you guys know what I'm talking about. She always has an amazing word and a great insight and craft. Mm-hmm. Yes, we do. We do. And yep, I was just saying that too. I was not spending more than a passing moment. It was like, hey God, peace, mwah, love you, see you later. Like, that was pretty much the extent of the time I was spending. I'm not cleaning my brush, just to kind of continue with that variation in color. And I'm seeing all of the places I missed. Okay. Oh, got a whole acorn over here. They're plastic. Well, they've been sitting in a box down there for 2 years, and I did not do that, so no. Um, I took one of them apart, one of the ones that, because I could see that there was a dog hair inside the plastic, so they're not airtight. Don't put water in them. Oops. Now I grabbed green when I needed brown. Isn't that funny? So yeah, when I was thinking about what I was going to do, I feel like, you know, the conversation that we get to have every month is um, probably more important than the craft. And I don't know, I never feel like a lot of the gals really tie their craft into what they're going to talk about. I just don't. I just don't do that. Maybe I should. I don't know. But yeah, they are plastic. Did you see when I showed the... This is what they look like. They're in 2 parts. And they're plastic, and you just pop them together. Yes. Thank you, Leesa. Yes. And I'm kind of digging the brown and the greens. Like, it'll be even better when everything, when you can see all of the details. And I grabbed a little of the really dark bohemian blue color because I love it with green, that color with green, any of the greens. And so I'm kind of gonna get it down in there. I mean, isn't that pretty with that green? And when I put the top coat on these, it will be even better. I don't have a whole lot of space, but putting water on it gives you a little bit more of a look, because, you know, DIY paint dries lighter than what it is in the bottle until you do the top coat. Oh yeah. So yeah, with the brown and the green and the blue, loving it. Loving it. I'm not going to spray it again though, because like I say, even though this particular ornament has the molds over the seam, I still don't want to risk, you know, water getting in there and like basically peeling up the paper or something. There, yeah, I'm liking that look. So I'll continue to do that around. I should have grabbed, I didn't grab my Queen Bee, which is what I would do with these acorns normally. But I do have some white, so I'm just going to kind of get the shape a little bit. Just give it a little bit of highlight there. Anytime one layer dries and you add another layer, even if it's the same color, I think you can tell. I think you can tell the difference if you brush it on a different direction, or, you know, stipple it instead. It definitely, layers just show up. Okay, so that then I will wax and put probably a gold ribbon through, I think, for this one. But I am going to go on to another one. I haven't even looked at the clock. I haven't even looked at the clock. Okay, I think I'm gonna do, before I went live, I took a drill, like my cordless drill, and just drilled a hole through this. This is resin. And let's see. I will just, loop something through there. We got Santa in the chimney on this side, and then on this side it just says, I don't know if you can read where it says Merry Christmas. This was from the Christmas minis. And they both have blue, so, in the paper. Oh my. Every now and then, it's all of the concerts, I think. Every now and then, you guys know what tinnitus or however you want to say it, the ringing in my ears gets really bad, and it just happened. That's why I said, oh my. Oh my. Lots of concerts over the years. I was just going to kind of get some of this in here. And then we were talking on Wednesday when I did the little drummer boy drum thing about, I always feel like with blue you do silver, and with red and green you do gold. I don't know. I don't think it has to be that way. I know it doesn't. It's just always my initial thought. And so I have some silver paint out here. And I thought I would do on the other side some of the detail. I think I'll be able to turn this over because all of this that I'm painting right now is lower than this. I have a lot of air bubbles in this mold. Try and get the paint down in there. Okay. I think it will. Anyway, we'll see. But I want to kind of do like I did with this one where the red, I put the gold around. Isn't she sweet? The little frames make great magnets and gifts and all the things. So I have all of this kind of white and unevenness on here. I'm going to try and just embrace that. I feel like I want to use a little bit of this Bohemian blue just because it's a different color of blue. And I'm just going to kind of like put it on here just so that there's another layer of something that's not so flat. And then I thought I would try on these other deers. Oh, isn't she sweet? I know. Instead of the molds, like I say, we we learn new things, we change, and these ornaments are 2 years old. I'm thinking instead of molds, I can take like some doilies and use them. So this is just a little bit darker blue, and I'm just kind of like, I don't know. Getting a little bit of variation in here. If you're familiar with DIY paint, you know that the big reveal or the magic or whatever happens when you do the top coat. I do not like the fact that I can see the white in that hole that I just drilled. Okay. I am gonna hit this very quickly. It won't take but a second. And then we'll put some silver on it. And then I have some green doily. That we'll try to do on one of these. Okay. Can you guys see the variation of the color now? Of the teal and the navy? It's pretty subtle, but I think you can see it. I'm just using pixie dust. This is back from when I was a content creator for them. Is that what I don't remember what they called us now. And I don't sell this anymore either. But there's all kinds of people out there that you can use there. I know Lindy and Lisa still are both affiliates. I like that. I like it. I'm liking the silver too. Sometimes we forget about silver. Just always use the gold. You know, everybody has like the rub and buff stuff or the waxes, and this silver looks really good with the bohemian blue, the teal color too. Thanks, Callie. Yeah, I'm liking it. I am. Even more than I thought I would. I'm kind of liking the, yeah, like the little dabs of it. Different places too. Oops. It almost looks like just tarnished silver, right? I like it. I'm digging the silver. Digging it, digging it, digging it. Yeah, I mean, when I say we forget about it, I mean me. I mean me too. Okay. So we did our leaves, or I showed you what I'm going to finish on the leaves. We did this. I'll do this side the same with the silver and the 2 colors of blue. Let's set this aside somewhere. I'll use this box. Let me use this box. I've got so many, started and blah, blah, blah projects. Okay, now let me find my green. It's right here. It's right here. I've got some green doily, and I'm sure I know I have. I have some green lace, but I don't really see that. It's like not the color I want. So, and since I don't want to use the molds, let's maybe do this one. We'll see what this one looks like with like along those lines. I think I like it better on here. Okay. So I don't really want that white. I know when I did this, I was planning on using the mold, so the white didn't matter. So I've only got 10 minutes, guys. Be sure that you are following everybody and that you're watching in the Crafty Bunch and that you refresh your page. But this probably would not stay. DIY paint is really good as far as binding, to plastic and stuff because it's clay. But I'm just, as long as it's dry when I go to glue the doily on, it'll be fine. You know what I mean? The glue will keep it from coming off, and I don't think that's Fancy Farm. That's Fancy Farm Girl, and this is Aviary. It's not quite the same color green, but that's okay. That's okay. I like these deers. I've always liked this decoupage paper. I think that my last one went last week, but the last one of these that I have. Okay. Belle. Ooh, Callie, that's a good idea. I definitely think on this one, black would be great. And I do have some. I do. Yes, I do. Does that make you think of that song? Dry. All right. And let's see, I have Fabri-Tac. I got some heavy body gel here. Maybe on the deer. I'm not sure. Stop reading my mind. We're like this, girl. Like this. You spent time over here drooling on my pillows, so, you know. I thought that I had some of this cut up, but I think to place this, I want it cut apart. You know, I don't want it, because there's the bigger circles and then there's these little guys. But I think layered up will be, start with this. I don't know. I don't know if you did or not. When you, that one, I don't remember if it was it would had to have been when we got back, when you fell asleep in the bedroom with the lights on and everything, and I went in there and I was like tucking you in. I think you may have been on a pillow then. This heavy body gel is what I put those molds on with. It works really well. It's really strong. And after I do this, this ornament is not coming apart again. It's just not gonna. So I'm not necessarily worried about all of the doily being in the glue. I don't mind if some of it is like loose and floppy. I might get those little ends off. Gotta love a pair of scissors that are sharp all the way down to the end, right? And I kind of, like, I don't necessarily want to waste all of the big one. So, you know what? Let's just layer this. And now that I'm doing this, I'm thinking, I think I might want to layer, these are dyed green, but the original stuff that I dyed is a really nice tan color. So I might grab some that I haven't dyed anything yet and layer some of that in here. What time is it? Oh! Just a few more minutes left, and I hope that everybody, if you do not know the peace that we have talked about today, the peace of Christ, the peace that comes with having a relationship with Christ, any one of us would be more than happy to talk to you about that and do, you know, help in any way that we can to encourage that relationship. There's lots of people in the comments too, I think. So yeah, just know you don't have to be qualified. Just know you don't have to be qualified. Oh, hey, Heidi. I didn't see you sneak in. Hey, friend. Heidi is otherwise occupado today, I believe, with moving kiddos. Is that? She's not in the lineup today like she normally is, but I bet she'll be back. I bet she'll be back. So we all love this event so much. So yeah, I'm thinking layering the green and then the tan. I don't have any of this burgundy color, but I have a purple. I might have one I got from my Peddler's Alley, actually. I don't know. You will be. That's right. I put that on there and I hadn't cut out another one of the little ones. So I kind of am digging, you know, when you have old projects that you haven't finished, like this is for me, it's funny how your perception changes. This was, and I love it with the molds. I do. I'm just not as, it just doesn't have to have, it doesn't have to just have molds all around it. You know, these are made out of clay, so that one was really time consuming, and that's probably why I didn't do a lot of the rest of it. But yeah, go back to your projects, revisit them, and see how your perception has changed. Okay, you guys, refresh your pages. Thank you again for being here, and thank you guys all for your encouragement too. It means the world to me. It truly, truly does. I love this community. I love how we lift each other up. And oh, hey, Phyllis, that's okay. That's okay, girl. I hope to see you today here at 4 o'clock in the group. And you can always watch the replay. All right, you guys, refresh your page for Lydia. She's up right now. Bye.